Welcome to ESPN College Football, presented by 5 Hour Energy. It's a part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. It's the Conference USA Championship, and it's a part of Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. Here come the thundering herd of Marshall University, and while it won't be an undefeated season, it can still be a championship season with a win today in the Conference USA title game against Louisiana Tech.
All season long, work to play for the conference championship and play for it at home. That's still in front of them here today. Offensively, this team is very balanced. Big play-making ability in the offense on the running side and the passing side. Rakeem Cato is a guy that can beat you with his arm if you give him time. If it breaks down, he's an athlete. He can take off running and make plays with his feet.
There's a look at the head coach here at Marshall, Doc Holliday, now in his 5th season. Back-to-back 10-win seasons, and they come in today 11-1, still with an outside chance at a New Year's 6 bowl game to represent the group of 5. They'd probably need a big win here today and definitely need a Boise State loss tonight in the Mountain West Conference Championship game. Quite a turnaround after a decade without a winning season in the regular season, and now Marshall back to national relevance. It has been windy and rainy all morning. We anticipate it will stay that way. The cold probably won't be an issue. It might push up over 50 this afternoon, but certainly some wet footballs could be a problem for the quarterbacks and receivers. Kyle Fisher will take care of the kickoff duties for Louisiana Tech. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Marshall back to receive. Remy Watson is one of the deep men. Thundering Herd in green getting to play at home. LaTech in the all-white. This is the 10th Conference USA Championship. The home team 6-3. And Reeves will take a knee in the end zone. They'll start at their own 25-yard line. Well, let's talk about that Marshall quarterback, Rakeem Cato, making his 42nd career start. But his consecutive games with a touchdown pass is even longer, 44 in a row. That is the FBS record. Stuart Butler will start out the game at tailback, and the pass is to Tommy Schuler, the top target for Cato. Kentrell Bruce with the stop, 13-yard gain. Kraft now back in the backfield. They'll try it right up the gut. Kraft got a couple and wrapped up by Joe Massaquoi, the sophomore out of Alexandria, Virginia. A gain of 3 more. Circle and get it off to Kraft, and in the backfield this time was Neville Hewitt wearing that 31 jersey to honor their teammate Evan McKelvey, who's out with an ACL injury.
And the play started with Rouse up front, getting the penetration, making the running back cut in the backfield. Defensively, if you can make a running back cut before he gets to the line of scrimmage, it breaks his momentum. Best way to slow him down. And Mariota was terrific, started off slow. You know, if you listen to social media, you'd have thought he was playing absolutely awful. But they're blowing him out, and that's what matters.
Probably headed to the Rose Bowl. This is DeAndre Reeves. He's going to bring it out from inside his 5, and a burst across the 40-yard line and out to the 46. Good return for Marshall. Will set them up nicely. 45 yards for Reeves. Kylan Thomas with the tackle.
Really nice blocking up front. When you have a kick return and you don't make the guy cut, he can go straight to a sideline. You're going to have a big play. And this is a nice start. You know, in the beginning of this thing, you know, you start off with a block like that, it rallies your team, it gets them into it, and it starts off a big play.
What's going on with Devin Johnson? Well, here's Paul.
Well, Beth, Marshall's 1,600-yard rusher, Devin Johnson, yet to be in the ball game. He was nicked up last week, but offensive coordinator Bill Legg said he would be a go. I've been monitoring him on the sideline. He's been pacing up and down. He doesn't have a jacket on or anything right now. It is cold, windy, and wet, so...
Sokol has been very cool thus far. Slings that one down the sideline. That's into traffic, and it's incomplete. Darryl Roberts, and it was actually Paul Turner, the receiver, who broke it up because Roberts had a beat on it.
And this would have been a big play early for this Marshall defense. Louisiana Tech's been moving the ball, building confidence, and then up front, they've been hitting Sokol so far in this game already. They've gotten good penetration, but Sokol has stood in there and delivered the ball.
That was Ricardo Williams who knocked him on the last play. Now on 2nd and 10, the draw trying to alleviate some of that pressure, and nothing doing. Neville Hewitt with the stop. Huntington, West Virginia, the Conference USA Championship, and a 3-0 lead for the men in the all-white jerseys. Louisiana Tech, and Cato goes over the top to find Devontae Allen, the junior out of Belgrade, Florida. 28 yards on the pickup for this Marshall team that has not been shut out in a first quarter all season, Joey.
Yeah, and I think that play is huge for Marshall's offense, but even bigger for Rakeem. You know they're going to be in. They're undefeated, and they're sitting at number 4. It's going to be tough.
Cato chucks one deep, and nice adjustment made by Devontae Allen, who was streaking down the sideline and then cut it back in to make the catch.
Second deep ball completed by Cato down the sideline, and they've thrown 3 or 4 to this side. They see something they like on that sideline, and the safety just lost the ball. Bryce has a chance to make a play on this ball, just loses it.
Locks of love. Cato trying to direct traffic. The catch is made back close to the original line of scrimmage. That's Foster. How much more pressure goes on Cato now, Joey? They have negative yardage rushing, and we have not seen Johnson at all.
And there's nowhere to go with this ball when you look downfield. And this is scary when your quarterback starts running, moving away from his receiver, throws back across his body.
This was billed as the top rushing offense against the top rushing defense, but not much on the ground for the Thundering Herd until Cato makes a play. The ball slips out of his hand, and he's able to jerk it back down.
Sometimes you got to get lucky. Sometimes in these conditions, the ball just slips out of his hand, but nice decision to take off running. And then makes the cut, nice move on the sideline. And that's what Cato might have to do today, make more plays with his feet than with his arm. If it continues to rain this hard, be willing to tuck it and take off running. He's a good enough athlete to make the plays with his feet.
This current drive, 6 plays, 69 yards, a big play by the quarterback, Rakeem Cato, to keep it alive, and he fires to the end zone for 6. Touchdown to Deontay McManus. Getting away.
Yeah, and it's just a slant route outside. Nice job beating the outside coverage by the receiver and then beating the inside safety, and that's what the quarterback's job is. The quarterback has to beat the safety. The receiver has to beat the corner. Double coverage can't stop a slant if you throw the ball well. Cato woke up in that drive. He's 3 for 3, took his team 71 yards, and it started with the big play down.
And also in the bowl game that will be coming up. We'll find out where everybody's going tomorrow, of course, or on Sunday. Dixon throttled in the backfield. That was James Rouse getting there first. And Jermaine Holmes finished him off. And back to live action. It is 3rd and long, and flags fly on the snap movement from that offensive line.
All start, offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Jens Danielson, the junior left tackle from Wichita.
And you can feel the momentum switch with the touchdown by Marshall. Gets one on the board. Early in the game, looks like they were sleepwalking through the first quarter, get a touchdown on the board, and now offensively and defensively on their sideline, they look more energetic.
Dixon is offset on 3rd and 21. He'll get the call. Dancing to the 30 and pounded by Hewitt. Only got 7 back, and that only energized Marshall even more with a big lick.
And this is the Marshall we expected to see. At home, conference championship game, your goals are ahead of you. Can you rebound from last week's loss and come into this game and be ready to play? Early on, weren't ready. Right now, they look like the Marshall we expected to see in this game.
ESPN College Football, the 2014 Conference USA Championship game. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. always one of a kind. And Northwestern Mutual, proud to be an official corporate partner of the NCAA.
Huntington, West Virginia. The Thundering Herd of Marshall hosting Louisiana Tech for the Conference USA Championship. Added bonus, by the way, the winner of this game will get to pick which of the affiliated bowls that they get to go to. They have 5 different choices. Sokol with the slide out to the 34-yard line. 5 guys coming, and they get to Sokol. The ball is out. Flag is down, and Henderson able to dive on it for the Bulldogs. That came as Sokol was being taken down, and it may have been a horse collar situation.
I think he grabbed the headgear of Sokol.
They're going to wave it off.
No foul for face mask. He was pulled down by the collar.
So the flag is pulled, and the Herd hold and get some pressure on Sokol.
And they've been pretty good today at getting pressure on Sokol, not letting him stand in the pocket very long. And this one, they get the big hit. How many times can you hit Sokol today? Let him know you're there. This one hits the ground. Nice recovery outside on the hustle coming back in by him.
4 receivers on 3rd and 5. Dixon with him in the backfield. Marshall's bringing 6. It's picked up. Sokol broken up on the pass. Taj Letman makes the play, and it's 4th down.
A nice coverage by the safety, Letman. They're man-to-man across the board, and defensively they stood up, made a nice play, stayed off of the receivers back and deflects the ball.
Looks like Sokol is going to stay out there here on 4th down.
I think Letman got away with a little grab at the end of that. Thought his nice coverage, but he does grab the receiver before he, as they bring the corner off of the slot into the run game. That's Abraham getting involved and stopping the run.
And the slant and the catch is made by Foster down to Paul.
You have to make a couple plays in the pass game to back him up.
Taylor looking to make one of those. And the catch is made. Foster again, elusive and out of bounds. Some of the fans wanted a flag for little excessive behavior along that Tech sideline. No flags are down.
You know, as far as recruiting goes, getting Manny Diaz was his biggest recruiting coup, and you can see today how good he's been, how good his defense has been, even down the 3 starters.
And they are able to down it. Good punt coverage for Marshall inside the 5. It's Matt Sincata who was able to knock it back. He's the long snapper. Had a long way to go, and he got there. 37 yards on the punt, and that will put Tech about 98 yards away. In college football, all they care about is the ball. As long as that doesn't cross the goal line, it doesn't matter where the rest of your body is, and oh, they might want to take another look at that. Boy, that's a heck of a play by Sincata. Does he keep the nose off the line? Ooh. Well, so far, they're not going to stop it. They go back to that T formation in their own end zone with the 3 backs. Sokol taking a lot of time. Under 5 on the clock. And he'll give it to Kraft, and he'll get to the 1, and that's it. James Rouse with the push. This time it is the fullback, Jones, hounded around the 3-yard line.
1st and 2nd down, ran it in the middle. I'm not sure I like the play calling, but I do understand the idea.
Tough spot for McPherson. Gets it out of there. Schuler from the 40-yard line and down inside the 35 of Louisiana Tech. Already they're clamoring for 8 teams in the playoff, and we haven't even had one yet with 4. Marshall will try and get some more points on the board before we hear from Adnan and Robert and Butch. They're down 10.
Good enough athlete, Cato. Take off running and make a play with your feet.
This would be the longest field goal make of the season for Justin Haig from 40 yards out, and he has got it. It's a touchdown game here in Huntington. 3:52 to go in the first half with the Conference USA Championship on the line. Haig out of the hold of his punter, Tyler Williams, and it's true. Doc Holliday likes it. He's the West Virginia native, played linebacker for the Mountaineers, coached under...
And get the momentum and then come back out and get the ball through Marshall.
Dixon tries to duck underneath Hewitt, and not much more room up the middle, just a gain of 1. He was joined by Taylor and Henderson. Dixon to the boundary side, and a lot of green jerseys there waiting for him, including Steve Dillon and Arnold Blackman. Running Kraft right up the middle. And that was Blackman, and I think Ricky Jones just had his first whiff of the day. He's been so good leading the charge for the backs. He slammed the turf in disgust. Play action Sokol with a nice spin away from pressure. And trying to get to the outside, stays in bounds. Raheem Husky with the tackle, and it's 4th down. And do they burn a timeout here? Henderson and Wilkins to the near side. Cato fires for Wilkins, who makes the catch, and then a knee was down on the catch. And Marshall will call its 2nd timeout, 12 seconds to go. Kicker Justin Haig has a 40-yard field goal already on his resume from earlier in this 2nd quarter. If they can get him closer. Run right up the middle. Huge! Watson inside the 30, lost his balance, and the clock stops momentarily while they reset, and Marshall will probably use its final timeout. 29 yards, the best run of the day for a tailback.
Marshall, their
for the
third
herd.
and final.
Oh, there's your little draw play up the middle.
There's the draw the teams like to run.
To make it a 4-point game at the half. Haig's 2nd chance. This one is much straighter, and it is good. The senior out of Delray Beach, Florida, takes advantage of a 2nd opportunity from 45 yards out. 17-13, Louisiana Tech will still take the lead into the locker room, but Doc Holliday's bunch getting closer. Justin Haig with a couple of field goals in the final 4 minutes of that 2nd quarter to draw Marshall closer. Cody Sokol and LaTech, that one tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Get ready and buckle up, because things could get very interesting here in this 3rd quarter. Look at the scoring for these 2 programs this year in the 3rd. 2 of the top 3 in the nation. And taking instructions from their coaches and coming out and executing them.
And that's the margin, so that includes defense in that situation. So you'll see which one of these defenses can get out and get on track first.
Sokol on 3rd and 6. Steps up and giving chase and taking him down is Raheem Husky. 2nd sack for the herd today.
on these third downs. Marshall's playing man-to-man coverage with the 2 deep safeties. Just nowhere for Sokol to go with this ball. Has a little bit of time, has to leave the pocket. He's gonna have to take off running. Just look to take off running. You have a linebacker ready to get after him, but you have got to find a way to get out. That's Husky, number 45, the linebacker, tracking Sokol. He's paying attention to Sokol the entire down.
Moments ago, I caught up with Marshall head coach Doc Holliday. His biggest concern, the lack of ability to run the football. 47 yards in that first half. He said that Louisiana Tech is playing aggressive in loading the box. They have to counter in the passing game. He knows it's wet outside. The ball is soaked and slippery, but they play in West Virginia. They're used to elements like this. He also said, we feel pretty good about ourselves right now. 14 points that Louisiana Tech had, they gave them those points off of turnovers. So they clean things up, they'll be okay.
And Paulie's got to feel good about the return of Devin Johnson as well. We didn't see him in the first half. Over 1,600 yards rushing on the year, and he is back into the game after a shoulder injury against Western Kentucky as the pass is completed to Tommy Schuler. And does Marshall feel whole again offensively? 6th best rusher in the country this year. Here is the first carry for Johnson. Breaks a tackle, gets out across the 40. This was the top rushing unit in Conference USA this year. They set a new school record and are averaging 288 yards per game and now up to 55 on the day. Those linebackers sneaking up on both edges, and here they come. They'll run it with Johnson up the middle and a nice burst across midfield, and he's close to the first down inside the 45. 17 yards for Johnson.
And it's the same play right up the middle that they run at the end of the first half. The draw play right up the middle, not many defensive linemen inside, and then you got to hit him low. You got to hit him, and he is too big of a running back. He's 243 pounds. You have to hit him in the ankles.
Xavier Woods had a chance to stop him before the first down yardage, couldn't do it. And now it's Tommy Schuler. He's had 100-yard receiving games with 10 catches in each of their last 2 outings. Johnson trying to bump it to the outside, breaking tackles. Butler hauled him down by his shirt tail. Johnson is out and back over to the sideline. May have gotten nicked up on that last play.
Had a confrontation with Villamez in protection, and that may be of what nicked him up. Pretty good hit.
Cato stepping up. They're going to go with it, tries to get out of bounds and does so. It's down to the 23.
Nice play by Cato. You see, keeping his feet, nowhere to go with this football. Nice protection up front. Has a chance to stand in the pocket, but when it nowhere to go, take off running and make a play.
Is 2 for 2 from 40 and 46. Trying for another one from 40 yards. And he's got it. He's got the last 9 points for Marshall as they close to within 1 early in this third quarter. They'll run behind Jones, looking to get out across the 15. And it looks like he's going to come up a bit short. Hewitt actually got up there and met Jones head on. And it's 4th down.
Nowhere to go with this football.
That was also Husky, too, that was right there in the middle. And the punting unit comes on. McPherson, end over end. That one hits a Tech player and will be downed inside the 40.
Look at Devin Johnson, a running back for Marshall. And just watch the left arm. On this run when he hits the ground, the left arm laying on the ground, he's holding it, goes to the sideline, falls on the left arm. And this is the collision. You can see he's trying to favor his left arm, trying to keep it out of the block, gets blown back.
Well, for teams that put up 76 and 66 points a week ago, we thought there'd be a few more fireworks, and
we'll blame it on the weather.
We'll blame it on the weather thus far. Okay.
Yeah.
Sokol has missed 5 of his last 6. They'll try Henderson with the end around, and he's cut down in the backfield by Darrell Roberts.
Nice play by Roberts, making the tackle in the open field. We've seen him miss a couple today early in this game. And even last week, this Marshall defense struggled more in the first half, came out in the second half, played much better because they tackled better. And that's a nice tackle by Roberts to get. When you make those open field tackles, those are the ones, the one-on-one situations are the plays you have to make.
Not just the weather. We'll give some credit to these defenses as well. Look at the rushing yards by half, just 18 so far in this third quarter. 136 in the first half for Louisiana Tech. 4 men coming. Sokol's pass broken up. Reaching back, I think to get a hand on it was Roberts. Intended for Trent Taylor, and it's 4th down. So the D gets him a 4th down stop, and then Louisiana Tech cannot move it. I think number 7 gets a hand in there. Yep.
An equal opportunity employer.
Well, they've been awfully good so far. Cato, though, with the pass to Ryan Juracek, the true freshman tight end from Myrtle Beach. They pick up 17 and a 1st down. Play action. Sokol sidesteps 1 and an errant throw to Dixon. Can the Buckeyes do anything to impress the selection committee? Cato. And the catch is made by Schuler. Out to the 25 and a 1st down.
Nice throw by Cato out to the sideline, showing a little touch, going over the defense, dropping it in on the sideline.
And now looking for their defense to keep them close. Sokol lost it, and he's turned it over, and the defense does get a play. Gary Thompson, the sophomore out of La Mesa, California, recovers the fumble. And that's the first takeaway for Marshall.
And let's see what the Marshall offense can now do with this turnover. We already talked to Louisiana Tech how good they are after they get a ball on a turnover. They're on the 50. They've been throwing the ball on 1st down. Let's see if they take a shot. Perfect time to take.
He's just 13 of 32 so far. They're going to run it. They'll keep it on the ground. Stuart Butler. Cato looking across the middle, and he's got his tight end inside the 35-yard line. Eric Thronapple.
That's back to you.
Thank you, Adnan, on 3rd and 9, and it's no conversion for Louisiana Tech, intended for Trent Taylor. The Marshall D holds with their hires, Jim McElwain and Mike Riley, respectively. Short punt, Marshall will have it inside the 35-yard line. That's Hyleek Foster and the Sugar Bowl. And for the 4th time, Marshall will start inside Louisiana Tech territory. All they've got to show for it so far is a field goal, but they are threatening quickly. Cato to McManus, 22 yards.
An outstanding throw by Cato. It's the timing on the post. Drops one in there right on McManus. Nothing the defense can do.
Midway through the 4th quarter, and a big 3rd down here for Marshall, trying to tie it up. They dump it off underneath to Watson, the running back. Run out of bounds at the 15, short of the marker. Liggins bumped him out, and they will, at first glance here, look like they're going to settle for the field goal.
Plenty of time left. There's almost 9 minutes left in this game. You absolutely take a field goal and see if your defense can get you another stop.
Haig has hit from 40, 40, and 46. This one much closer, a 24-yarder. And he's got it. 4th field goal of the day for Justin Haig. And Marshall now down 4 with 8:34 to go.
And then come back to the championship game at home. Can you refocus? They're in it. They have a chance. They're only down 4 in this situation. They haven't played their best football, but they have a chance in this game to win it.
Group of 5 conference champion. There is a guaranteed slot for the highest ranked among those teams, and right now it would appear to be Marshall and Boise State. Sokol will give it off to Dixon. You mentioned from the Marshall perspective, Joey, but from the Tech side, sure, we're going to see a lot. And they go to that T formation that you called for, Joseph. And Marshall able to blow it up.
I don't like going wide in that situation. That is a situation when you need a yard or two. I like keeping it up front. There's been some penetration in that line. They lose 4 yards in this situation because they're going toward the sideline. So much easier to tackle a running back.
On first down, it's Butler. A lot of these guys were in this championship game a year ago. They felt the sting of a championship game loss to Rice. It was a motivator all during the offseason to get back here and to win it this time, trying to do so at home. Cato underneath again. They've had success with that route, and it's across midfield. Hyleek Foster. Cato, another strike to McManus, and another first down.
And the quick game eliminates the blitz. It does not give your defense a chance to get after Cato.
The senior from Miami. In his final home game, he's their career passing leader in just about every category. The offensive player of the year in the conference last year, looking to add a championship trophy. Dumps it off to Foster.
Nice play by Cato. Had a little bit of protection. They brought the blitz. You have to know where to go with the ball with the blitz. Finds the nice zone route sitting down outside.
Tony Pittman has now come in at running back. Cato will go to the air again and hook up with Tommy Schuler.
Yeah, I think they found something they like.
Cato gonna leg it out, and he'll step out of bounds at the 14. Cato will keep down to the 6. Cato rolling right, looking to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Marshall. His second hookup with Deontay McManus. Rakeem Cato, a touchdown pass in the first quarter. Since then, some struggles, some turnovers, some giveaways. And now coming back late in the fourth to hook up with McManus again. The extra point is good. And it is a 3-point lead with 1:50 to go for the Conference USA Championship.
Here's McManus at the top. Cato time in the pocket, bring the blitz, get outside the pocket. Little touch, lofted the ball. The ball's been sailing. Nice stop on that drive, Cato. 6 of 7, 60 yards, gets the touchdown to take the lead.
And a reaction from the thundering herd. The sting of defeat a year ago in this championship game, and now trying to bounce back and bring home the title. A little 5 in the back of the end zone. McManus with his second TD catch for a tying field goal or a touchdown to win it. Anderson on the return, and they will be 75 yards. Pressure coming, Sokol throws the interception. It's picked off by Neville Hewitt. Jubilation on the Marshall sideline here in Huntington, and a tough one for Sokol and Holtz. A couple of takeaways for this Marshall defense here in the fourth quarter.
give Coach Heater a lot of credit. Great call. Sends the blitz, draws back in the zone. Sokol doesn't see Hewitt standing in the middle of the field, throws it right to
After the
him.
play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the receiving team, the defense, excessive celebration, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And the reaction from Sokol, the fifth-year senior. 1 year to play here at Louisiana Tech. It's been such a special one. And the emotion from the Thundering Herd, actually a little too much. They get flagged for the excessive celebration penalty. But as things stand, there'll be plenty of celebrating after the game. 1:35 to go.
And it's just athleticism by Cato, keeping his eyes downfield, falling away, drops one to the back of the end zone, 299 yards. 24 of 45, wasn't pretty all day long, but stepped up when he needed to step up. He was the leader that his team needed and made the plays that needed to be made.
Terrific job of bookending touchdowns in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. Needed it. He came up with it, 3rd and 9. And now they'll try and play a clock game, and they go out of bounds with 41 seconds to go. And 4th down coming up. Did he get the first down? And it is first down. The Thundering Herd get it, and that should do it. Losing in the final a year ago, they come back this season and they win it all. And Doc Holliday trying to keep his emotions in check for another 41 seconds. It'll be tough. Victory formation for Rakeem Cato and the Thundering Herd. And the ball down on the snap. Did they lose the football?
Cato with the carry.
Cato's got it. Wow. Hurt skipped a beat there here in Huntington. But it's over. They will not have to snap it again. The comeback win for the Thundering Herd. Down 17-7 in the second quarter. They rally to win it 26-23 here in Huntington. Congratulations to Marshall, your 2014 Conference USA champions for the first time in school history. The final score, 26-23. Be sure to catch the Conference USA Championship Trophy ceremony coming up immediately after the game on ESPN3. So long from Huntington. Here's Adnan in the studio.